Respect is a word that does not exist in our society anymore. The people that live in the world we inhabit today are more disrespectful to each other than ever before. Back in the day, everyone used to respect their peers, everyone used to respect their elders, and even people used to respect others that they didn't even know. Everyone respected one another no matter who you were, and statistically, people lived happier lives than the people today. In 2022, depression rates are higher than ever, and they are increasing significantly as time passes. Nowadays, we live in a digital era where negativity is normalized in our day-to-day lives. Disrespect, hate, and negativity is such a normal thing online that when we see it, we don't think much of it. But this is actually doing one more damage than they may think. Lack of respect is a big problem in today's world, and when someone doesn't get respect of any sort in their lives, it can really affect them in a negative way. This resonates to a story I had when I was younger. So for those who don't know, I moved to South America for some part of my youth when I was younger. When I lived in South America, I almost never used my English, so I started to forget it little by little. After living in South America for a couple years and getting the experience of living in a different culture, my family decided to move back to the United States. When I first got back to the United States, I was thrown into the school system right away so that I wouldn't be behind the kids my age. The problem was, since I never used my English in South America, I forgot how to speak it fluently. My English wasn't as good as my classmates, and I had trouble articulating some words, and sometimes I would use the wrong words in sentences. One day I remember our class doing a practice spelling bee, which is basically you are given a word and you have to spell it out in front of everyone. And if you get it right, you pass on to the next round. And if you get it wrong, you're eliminated. The teacher was giving every single one of my classmates a word, and everyone was getting it correct and moving on to the next round. Eventually, it got to my turn, and I was given the word breakfast, and I spelled it incorrectly, and the whole class laughed at me. I was getting mocked, and I felt disrespected in a way. Now that I look back at it, it's not a big deal, but in my younger mind, I felt embarrassed about the situation. No one wants to seem to look out for others, and everyone cares for themselves and themselves only. Back in the primal days, we operated in tribes. Teamwork with our tribe members was key. We used to encourage our tribe members to push to greater limits and to face our fears. And most importantly, there was respect between every single individual in that tribe. There was respect no matter your age, there was respect no matter your rank, and there was respect no matter what your occupation was. But it's like as time passes, people have lost the art of respecting and caring about those around them and are developing into more selfish individuals. But though respect is rare nowadays, it hasn't fully gone extinct. It still exists, and literally anyone can be respected nowadays. But no one really knows what to do to be respected in a disrespectful world. For the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about why it's important to gain respect in the modern world. And then I'm going to talk about how to gain the respect you deserve, which is actually pretty easy to do. Why wouldn't you want to be respected nowadays? Back in the medieval days, the people that were given the most respect were the ones who were part of the royal family, and the people that were given little to no respect were the peasants of the kingdom. View it like this: would you rather be treated like a king, or would you rather be treated like a peasant? Respect is like a chain reaction. When people see you being respected by others, a natural instinct will kick in their mind, which will automatically incline them to respect you just because they see others respecting you as well. Let me give you an example of this in my life. When I started going to my gym, I started off as a random scrawny kid that no one knew. The more and more I started going to my gym, the more muscle I started putting on, and the more people started recognizing my face because I was going like 6 times a week. After putting in some work in the gym and going consistently, an older guy would come up to me and we would talk about how much muscle I put on over the time. Whenever I see him, he respects me, and whenever I see him, I give him the same energy back. And as I mentioned before, when people see you being respected by a person, they will be inclined to respect you as well. So ever since I started to receive respect from this one person in the gym, a chain reaction happened, and now I received respect by many more. Today, whenever I go to the gym, the workers at the front desk will talk to me and ask me questions. You might think that this isn't a big deal, but it's the little things that make a big impact in one's life. And there are also some benefits you gain in your day-to-day life when you're respected by others. You will literally get free stuff. Guys will offer you drinks and will want to get to know you because you look like someone of value. When you go out to eat, the waiter will give you the best service and will even cover the bill sometimes because they like your energy. Not only that, but when you are respected, girls will view you as someone who is an outlier to most men. Because remember, we live in a disrespectful world, and when women see that you are respected in society, they will automatically be drawn into you and will want to get to know you because respected men are rare. But where respect is more important is in a relationship between a man and a female. Let's say you're dating a female and she doesn't respect you. In the long run, she will get turned off and lose interest and eventually leave you to find someone of higher value that she can actually respect. Women want their partner to be someone who is masculine and that they can respect, but most men get it wrong. And this is how most marriages fail nowadays. Today, 50% of marriages end in divorces, and one of the biggest catalysts of this is that the wife starts to lose respect for her man. I need you to avoid this because it is far too common in our society, and I want you to live the best life you can. Now let's get into how to receive respect from others as quickly as today. First off, if you don't respect yourself, then you will not get respect from anyone, and that's just the cold hard truth. If you don't respect yourself and you treat yourself like shit, it will manifest onto your body, and people will treat you like shit. Your appearance is the most important factor when wanting to get respect. It is superficial, but it is the world we live in. I've mentioned this multiple times in previous videos. If you look like someone who is careless, doesn't take care of themselves, and doesn't take their life seriously, then no one will take you seriously. On the other hand, if you look like a well-groomed, disciplined individual, then you will get treated completely differently than the other guy. Take care of your looks. But most importantly, start going to the gym and start building a frame for yourself. A strong frame on a man will automatically get you respect no matter your height, no matter your age, no matter anything. If you have a decent frame, you will stand out and people will notice. You will look like someone who actually takes care of themselves and someone who is disciplined, and you will 100% get respect from others. Not only will you gain respect from others, but you will also gain attraction from women, and you will gain confidence you never thought you would have ever had before. Now that we talked about your physical features, let's talk about body language. If you walk around with your head down and your shoulders pointed to the floor, you're gonna get treated like a coward because you look like a coward. And no one will take you seriously. Carry yourself like you own the world. In Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules of Life, the very first rule is to stand up straight with your shoulders back. You will not only look taller and assertive, but you will look like a man who is confident in himself. Another way you will automatically start getting respect from others is when you stop being a yes man. People who say yes to everyone will get used and will get walked over their whole lives. I used to say yes to whatever anyone asked me, and I was just being used and I was wasting my time. Nowadays, I'm mainly busy where I say no to most favors people ask me. When you are someone who says yes to anything, you will get treated with no respect because you have no backbone. You just say yes. You can't even stand up for yourself. Not only that, but when you say yes to everyone, you're making yourself more available and you are always seen. What is commonly seen is worth of less value. What is rarely seen is worth of higher value. Let me give you an example. Back in the day, Michael Jackson was a rare individual. When you got to see Michael Jackson, everyone used to treat him with respect because he was a rare and worthy individual. Start saying no and stop making yourself so readily available. Most of the people that hit you up for a favor don't text you throughout the year, don't check up on you, but will text you when they need something. Another way to receive respect from people is to show respect to others. Disrespect invites disrespect. If you are disrespectful towards others, then you will be treated with the same disrespect. But if you are respectful towards others, the energy is reciprocated. What you give out to this world comes back full circle. Be aware of that. Give off the good energy and you shall receive it back. Though a lot of people lack the art of respect, that doesn't mean you can't receive it. Follow this advice and watch your life change. Memento mori.